Austin voters will decide whether to decriminalize low-level marijuana offenses in the city. The group Ground Game Texas used the petition process to get the item on the ballot in May. It would prevent police from ticketing or arresting people for possessing small amounts of marijuana. You may be thinking, sure, this is something you'd expect from liberal voters in Austin, but similar ideas are also gaining traction at the Republican-dominated state level of government.
One thing that I believe in, and I believe the state legislature believes in, and that is prison and jail is a place for dangerous criminals who may harm others. And small possession of marijuana is not the type of violation that we want to stockpile jails with.
The governor made those comments at a campaign event in Edinburgh. His position is in line with the views of a growing number of Texans who agree with policies to reduce penalties for marijuana possession. The Texas Politics Project at the University of Texas has been asking voters about their views on marijuana for more than a decade. In 2010, their poll found 27% of Texans believed that marijuana should not be legal under any circumstances. When they asked the question again last summer, the number dropped to just 13% of Texans. But the poll found different levels of what Texans are willing to accept when it comes to looser marijuana laws. Just over a quarter of voters said that marijuana should be legal only for medical purposes. 31% believe possession of small amounts for any purpose should be legal. 29% support full legalization of marijuana. To be clear, the drug is still illegal at the state level, and efforts to decriminalize or legalize marijuana face big roadblocks in the Texas legislature. In 2019, the Texas House passed HB 63, a bill to reduce criminal penalties for possessing small amounts of pot. Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick immediately shut it down. He took to social media to declare the bill dead in the Texas Senate and voiced support for lawmakers who stood against reducing penalties for marijuana possession. Similar legislation also died in the Senate last session, but lawmakers did pass a bill to expand the state's medical marijuana program to include people with cancer and post-traumatic stress disorder. Governor Abbott signed that bill into law last May. Women in Texas make up more than half the population, but a much smaller percentage hold public office. How the University of Texas could help change that trend with a program aimed at cultivating candidates.
The voices of many Texans are being diluted and silenced, especially Latinos.
A new round begins in the battle over voting rights legislation in Washington. We dig deeper into the plan to change Senate rules to move voting bills forward. Why people in both parties worry about the long-term impact.